It's a grizzly.
Should we get out of here?
No. We're gonna watch and listen.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of Grizzlies. Poor Mike. I can't look at Mike without laughing. Mike, are you sure you're okay?
You need some sunglasses, Grizz.
So, welcome everybody to the show. I just feel sorry for Mike. It looks like he's been severely burned. Hello, Gary. Welcome to the show, Gary.
It's just a dark complexion. I'm not burned. I don't feel burned. I don't feel bad at all.
So, Thomas. Hey, Catherine, how you doing there? So, everybody. So, we got a special guest tonight, don't we? Crazy Witch. We got Tim from Florida. So, yes. So, we got a very special guest.
Tim knows what I look like. I was down in the Sunshine State last week.
Yeah.
Florida. So, those guys expect to see these dark complected faces. People that haven't been down there in Florida, Grizz.
We can tell. Now, Crazy Witch, and let me ask you a question, Crazy Witch. Now, does he or does he not look like a lobster?
No.
When he first came on, I felt sorry for him. I'm like, Mike, dude, are you okay? What are you talking about? I mean, he looked like he got burned.
Looks like he's baking under a heat lamp.
Yeah. Look, he was Syracuse Orange Man. See?
Ah, jeez.
My heart went out because I know how people go when they go on vacation. You know, crazy.
I should grow a bushy beard. That way you wouldn't see all that stuff.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. And shave your head too on top of it. There we go.
And then I had the red head.
Yeah, there, right. But I was just worried about him. That's all. Yes, so sorry. But yes. See, Crazy Witch says, yeah, you do. So I was just so even Catherine says she was freaking out. Linda, thunder in the Ozarks. That's why.
Be careful, Catherine.
Okay.
Keep an eye on stuff. Oh, everybody.
Somebody told me that there was
Hey,
not
Catherine's
Bigfoot in Ozarks.
Catherine's not too far from me over in the Ozarks. It was just, I'm about 70 or 80 miles from the foothills of the Ozarks.
That's interesting.
So,
all right. So let's welcome Russell Easterbrooks. There we go, Russell. Are you back with us now? How you doing, Russell?
I got a real bad connection. Tonight. It keeps bumping me off.
That's all right. Is it the storms?
I can't hear you very well, and like I said, I keep getting bumped off for some reason. I don't have a good connection tonight.
No, is it the weather out there that's causing it?
We've had a bunch of storms in this area, so.
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah. So how are you doing tonight? You doing okay?
I don't think you can. Russell,
Yeah,
can you
I'm doing
hear?
okay.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. All right.
Yep, there he goes. And we lost him.
Does anybody got his telephone number?
You know what? I don't. I can message him.
Yeah, message him and tell him that we can do it over the phone if he wants.
Okay.
And I can help. Wow, look at Chris. Oh, look. Hello there.
Hello, Chris.
Barb and Grizzly didn't get the memo. It was orange shirt night.
We got our memo.
Right?
Our memo. We're the cool tones. And you guys are down there in the.
Yeah, I got.
We must have got the days mixed up or something.
I know, right?
Yeah.
we have that Florida Gator orange on tonight.
Yeah.
Chomp.
So I went and I was surfing the Facebook today, Chris, and somebody had a picture of a Bigfoot out in the woods sitting, and I was like, that is it. That was 3 of them. That was it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it had to be. We was driving back from town, and you're going to get a kick out of this, Mike. So I was in the back seat, and I was on a country road, and right before the S curve, there's fields on both sides. And I looked over to my right, like I always do, and look out in the fields. And on the edge of probably about 60, 70 yards, there's a tree line, running around this field. And, trees overhang, and where the sun is, there was shade. And I was like, damn, it looks like turkeys. And I'm like, turkeys? And I was like, nah, and there ain't no way in hell that's what that was. So I couldn't get any sleep. Hey, Nicole, welcome to the show. So I couldn't get any sleep that night. So I went back the next day, and there was no place to park. The weeds came up to my navel, past my navel, 4 inches past my navel. Okay.
That's a mighty big turkey.
So
no turkey.
One of them was sitting straight up, like just sitting. The other one looked like it was slouched over a little bit, and the other one was kind of leaning in the other direction. And I'm like, you got to be joking. And the grass was matted, and I was getting ready to take a picture. And remember, 60, 70 yards, nowhere in there. And next thing you know, here's cars honking.
Yeah.
And the lady that lives across the road, or the people live across the road, I guess they came out. So here I had to run back the car. I thought I had my phone with me, but I jumped out of the car at the last moment just to go check it out. So I don't know. It wasn't a turkey, but it was just awful strange. Russell, can you hear us now? Yeah, he can't hear us. See if we can get his telephone number and text it to me.
Yeah, because I sent a message to him. Russell, do you want to do it over the phone? I don't know if he can hear me either. Because I sent a message to him, but I haven't heard back.
So so I couldn't get any sleep over it. But when I went and looked at this guy's photograph of him getting, he didn't know what it was, but it was a good distance off in the woods. It was one sitting, and it was the back side of alleged one. And I was like, that is what I saw, but it was 3 of them. And I told Chris it looked like probably juveniles, because if I'm 5'7", and if I'm 5'7", 4.5 inches above my navel, so I mean that had to be a pretty good size sitting down above the weeds, right?
Yeah, how much of the body could you see?
So you see my shoulders right now, right?
Yeah.
So I would say 6 inches below my shoulders and up.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, because at first I was like, they're turkeys, because, I thought they were fanned out, and because it was weird, because it was just seconds. It wasn't like, it was like, because I was like, what is that? They're turkeys. And I'm like, they're not, what? And we was already in the S curve, and I was like, no. I'm like, no, it couldn't be. And it bothered me the whole day. It really did. So, and I told Chris I went back the next day, and you know how you have your phone on the dash on the phone holder. I thought I had it. Then I thought I lost the phone. I thought I had it with me when I was trying to run. I thought I lost it in the field. So that was a trip seeing me run. But then when everybody honking the horn, and the people across the street come out, because I guess they must have owned the land, wanting to know what I was doing over there. So I'm, trying to jump in the car and take off. So, but it was interesting. So,
wow.
But I told Chris when I went back, the grass or the weeds was matted down in that area.
How much matting on those weeds, Grizz? I mean, bigger than a deer.
Oh yeah. I mean, it looked like 3 of me in each spot, and it was like, it looked like I guess best way to mentally describe this to somebody, like a steamroller, like flat. It had some weight. Definitely. And this is where I told Chris, how many times do we tell people take pictures, right? But when I was sitting on that road, I was like, nobody's here, nobody's coming. Okay, I'm going to jump out. No, I'm not going to jump out.
Hey, Russell.
Hell yeah, I'm jumping out. Put it, in park, and I jump out, and here I'm running, through this field because it's a ditch. There's nowhere to pull off the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I finally get over there, I'm like, whoa! I'm like, really? So then I'm like, my phone. Then you got one of those a-holes, right? That's blowing the horn.
Yeah.
Stop. Russell, can you hear us now?
I can't hear you. I keep losing my connection.
No.
See if you can turn off the video and switch to audio only. Maybe it'll stabilize it.
Turn off your video and try your audio. There you go.
Again.
Is that better, Russell?
We lost him, I think. Yeah, Grizz, that's when you say, hold up, everybody. This is official Bigfoot business.
Yeah.
I'm investigating here. Just chill the hell out.
The thing is that, I'm kind of hurt. I can't really run. My back's hurting, and I was on somebody else's property.
Yeah.
And it was one of those last second things was like, nobody's around. And it was like, I think I sat there for probably a couple of minutes to see if anybody was going to come, and nobody came. And I was like, screw it. I'm going to do it. So Russell, do you want me to call you and do it over the phone? Russell, you want me to call you?
It's a struggle tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's bad storms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it switched to audio only, it might work, but that don't take near the bandwidth.
It just keeps bumping me off. I must be on for a little bit. I can't hear you very well. You're all garbled.
Can you do that automatically, Grizz? Can you switch him to audio from your side?
No. Only thing I can do is just kick them.
Okay.
Russell, check your instant, and he's gone.
I already sent him a message, but he's not responding.
Yeah, I did too. He's not responding.
He's focused on that.
Yeah.
So there you go, Mike. That's my little incident. So
wow.
It was very interesting because I know what deer beds look like, right? And it wasn't deer laying bedded down, because deers would have their little scrawny necks and their heads popping up looking around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't deer. It definitely had a head, and the head, it's just like people tell you, it went straight to the body, then the shoulders. Just like where you see me, just like right now, my shoulders to the head to the neck, right? It's just boom right there. So here comes Russell again. Russell, we could try by telephone if that will work.
I can't hear you, but
oh my gosh.
It's all,
Poor guy.
and then I keep getting bumped off, but I can't hear you. It's all garbled.
Hey, Russell, check your messages and your personal messenger off of Facebook.
Can you hear me at all?
Yes.
Yeah, we're hearing
perfectly.
We're hearing Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if it's a setting. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like he just keeps getting kicked off.
It's just he's got a bad connection tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll jump off and let me jump off and try calling him directly with Messenger, and then I'll come back in.
That'd be great. Okay. So that was pretty interesting. To see that.
What time was it? What time of the day?
That was probably around 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So it was pretty early. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty early.
Wow.
And that field probably goes a pretty good ways all the way to the interstate.
Okay. Wow.
So, so we're talking a lot of acres. And it used to be farmland. So now what they do, they just let it grow, then they cut it for bales of hay and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it really was.
Could have been a few, like you said, a few juveniles playing around, which they'll do, and you're more apt to see them in the daytime messing around, playing around, as opposed to an adult male at that time. So
it looked like, Mike, they were taking a break underneath the shade trees. What they looked like they were doing.
Oh, yeah, probably were. Wow.
Take a break, and just chill. So
yeah, wow, interesting.
But
cool.
it was so amazing because when we went by, you know how you look, and because I always look for wildlife, turkey, and deer, and whatnot in the fields and stuff. And it was like 1, 2, 3, and there was like 3 objects, and it was like, what? Turkey? And I was like, it's not turkey. And then it was too late because you're done already in that S curve.
Yeah.
So, but it bothered me the whole day. I had to get a hold of Chris, and I was like, man, it's like, you ain't gonna believe this. I was like, I have no idea.
Wow.
And so I finally went back and looked, and that's when everything. And that's when I told Chris, I'm like, dude, then I didn't have my phone. Then I thought I lost my phone. Then, of course, people honking. I'm like trying to look on the way back. Did you get a hold of him?
No, he wasn't even picking up on that. So I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you guys? Anything else? Any news with you guys?
Just lots of heat.
Yeah.
It's hot out.
I was going to mention, Grizzly, when you're in that situation you had, you start ruling out what it could not have been.
Yeah.
And, first of all, what would be out there? What type of wildlife would be out there? Deer, turkey, etc. And what was it not? And then you start ruling out what it was not. And then you start narrowing it down, and Bigfoot is one of your couple possibilities there. See, that's what you do in this situation. And
well, we know it's not hunting season,
right?
So because it was just weird because they were close. They weren't like 5, 6 feet apart. They were like within feet of each other.
But the ones that I see, like the ones that I think I see, that's exactly what they're like, all huddled together. And I think they do that as a diversion. Yep, as a diversion, tactic. So it's not like if they were just sitting there, like what I mean, like by themselves, like sitting there, be like, whoa, that looks like a human, or that looks like a.
You look at
Sasquatch.
Like those pictures Barb puts up, or other people, they'll put up these pictures, and then when you start really getting in those pictures in those wooded areas, and you'll see 3 or 4 faces in the frame.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
That's true.
And,
that's true.
And you're like, man, they're all just right next to each other, and we don't know it, And and that's kind of your situation. They're just kind of hanging out, chilling, shade tree, hot, summertime, and you just happen to get a good glimpse of them. So
and you definitely don't think it'd be deer because of the simple fact that it'd be one hell of a deer to see it if it was laying down.
Well, and then the bedding.
Standing. It does make sense that they're all standing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, why would it all be bedded down? That you wouldn't see the deer if it was laying down.
Right. Yeah, you would have never seen
not with 4 foot.
I've
with
actually
a
seen deer bedded down before, and they'll poke their head up and they'll look around, especially the bucks with the antlers.
Yeah.
But what I really wanted to do, because that I lived in that area my whole life, and I went to school. I want to know if that was the same people that I went to school with. I wanted to go back and knock on the door, but they were not too nice. Because I was in the middle of the road and probably on their land, I guess, and asked them, y'all see anything funny like running around on your property?
Yeah.
So, right.
Wow.
So, but it was interesting. And once again, now I know how it feels not having a phone or a camera on you, because it would have been nice to have pictures of the matted down area, because it was very interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a mass area like elephants. I mean, it was like methodical, where like a person was sitting, and it was just massive though, where it was just where you can tell something was very heavy.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. Wow.
But anyways, there's my.
You know,
story.
and I think because you've seen them before, you kind of know what to look for. You know, do you think?
Yeah. So I know they're around. I won't go out in the woods by myself. So I know they're around where I live, and I know they're around the park where I go to. But I would never expect to see them in the broad daylight. But it is a country road, and it's not very well traveled either. So
yeah, that's yeah.
So I mean, you just never know, I guess, right?
Could be some juveniles just hanging out and watching the cars go by. You know, chilling, like he said, chilling in the shade for a hot summer day.
999 out of 1,000 people would totally be oblivious to that or ignore it,
or wouldn't know what it was, a stump or a. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because if I was driving, I would have never saw it.
Oh.
Because I was in the back seat, because I was looking and just lollygagging, looking in the fields, and yeah, that's the only reason why I saw it, because I wasn't driving. Because if I was driving, I would have been focusing on the S curve coming up.
Yeah.
Well, Grizzly, I think you had a sighting there. A sighting of some possible juveniles.
Yeah.
And Chris had enough ovaries to ask me, did I end up smelling the grass? And I'm like, I didn't have time to do nothing. Everybody was talking hard. Did you smell anything? No, I didn't smell anything. And then I was like, man, I was too much in shock. As soon as I get there, I'm out of breath. As soon as I get there, people are honking. And I'm like trying to find my phone, I'm like, what the hell? Did I drop it? I thought I grabbed it, so.
You didn't find any logs that you could take back to Brian, did you?
What's that? What?
Yeah.
Did you find any logs you can take back? No, no. I was dragging Brian into this mess.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep a straight face with him on the show.
That'd be interesting. When is that, anyways?
Let's see.
Next week?
I think it's.
Or is that tomorrow?
Next week or the week
No,
after?
it's not tomorrow.
Let me look at my calendar.
So, Mike, how's your gifting going?
Next week.
Any words on going on over there?
We've got a situation, and I haven't been over there in a couple of months because I've had a lot of things going on keeping me from being over there. But I've been talking to my buddy this week and plan on being over there within the next 2 weeks. But he's had a situation where all of a sudden he's had some of his poultry killed.
Uh-oh.
He was raising a handful of young turkeys, and about half of them were killed. And he was missing a duck. He was asking me, well, would Bigfoot do that? Well, yes, they could do that. I said, now here's what's unusual. I said, is you've gone on this long and you haven't dealt with that before. Mm-hmm. I said, and I know the layout. He's got, the whole poultry pen is totally fenced in, and the top of it is fenced over. But what went in opened the gate and closed the gate.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And
weird.
And he had 5 young turkeys stacked up on top of one another, their necks wrung, and just sitting there. I said, well, it would be unusual for them to just kill it and leave it there. Yeah, but there was no sign of forcible entry. And he said he saw some footprints in the poultry pen. And I asked him, because he's got a family. He's got a mom and a dad and a grandpa, and the juvenile male that really comes in, hangs out with him a lot, is about 7.5 foot tall. So his feet would be about 15 inches. And I've seen his footprints. They're about 15 inches long. I said, how big were the footprints? He said, slightly bigger than mine. Well, his foot's a lot small. You're probably talking about maybe an 11-inch footprint is what you're talking about. And there's another child in that family that has just started showing his face this year.
Mm.
And he also had some unusual things with his tomatoes out of the greenhouse where they've been kind of, instead of being neatly taken care of, taking more tomatoes than normal and making a mess with them.
Mm.
I said, my belief is that younger juvenile hasn't learned the pecking order yet.
Yeah.
Does not, I said, you're going to have to get a hold of him. Somebody's going to have to get a hold of him and straighten him out. I said, that's Mike. I said, the size of the footprint that you saw, what was done with the turkeys, and they weren't full grown turkeys. Last time I was over there, they were just little, just hatching there in separate cage over by his house. And so he'd introduced them into his pen, but the way they were killed, the necks were wrung, and they were just stacked there, and they hadn't been taken yet. And he's thinking, well, maybe he got back and spooked the kid, but the gate was open, the gate was closed. That's how it got in, and so it's an interesting theory, though, that the younger juvenile just starting to get out and about and do things is kind of like. How we were as kids, you go out and see what kind of trouble you can cause.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds to me like the situation he's running into, and the gifting bucket's been empty now since he had the issue with the tomatoes. He has put some tomatoes also in the gifting bucket, and that's kind of slowed that process down as far as that's concerned. So it really and interesting thing going on. I'll probably get up there. I may take a ride out there on Friday. I'm not sure, but definitely before the next couple of weeks, I'll probably be up there for an overnight. So.
That's really interesting because we talked about this before. As a child, I remember. What's his name? Farmer down at the lake used to try to get me to catch a chicken, and I never could.
Yeah.
And these things can catch chickens and wildlife like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So,
well, the other thing that I thought was interesting was he said, and I texted Barb a picture that he sent a picture of some little glyphs that he found in his next door neighbor's driveway. Now, his next door neighbor is an older lady that lives by herself, and they help her out. And they went over there to get her and take her to the store. And when he was over there, he found these little glyphs, in her driveway. And she asked him. She asked him the question. She says, do you know any of these guys around here that are putting on ape suits and walking around at night?
Oh. Whoa.
He said, I didn't have the heart to tell her what's really going on there. I just said, no, I don't know anything about it. But
oh, no.
Didn't even fess up.
Whoa.
But
oh, my gosh.
But she's an older lady apparently who lives by herself, and so I guess she saw something out the window one night, and she was wondering what it was, who was out there in an ape suit running around. But
oh my gosh!
But I thought the activity with what's going on in the poultry pen was interesting. So I'll get up there in the next week or so and be able to check it out a little more thoroughly.
Hey.
Yeah, that is interesting. So I
There's
guess
Russell.
So Russell, are you back?
No.
No.
Do you hear us?
No.
Shaking his head no.
Yeah.
It's got to be a setting.
I just was wondering maybe if it's an audio setting, like he's got to go check his settings.
I wonder, like you said, if he was going to come back and grab the turkeys, or
It it may have been that he was going to take them with him, but they weren't even plucked. They were just laying there stacked on top of each other, dead.
Wow. I got a theory.
And he thinks, go ahead, Chris.
What do you think if maybe the turkeys were startled and he was trying to silence them? If it was a juvenile and then messing around, and all of a sudden the turkeys were upset and he just wanted to make them quiet, didn't know what to do with them, so he just kind of took care of them.
Oh.
Because I know that the regular poultry that are in that cage are used to them coming around. They've got to be, because they come around there all the time, but these younger ones, they may have started making some noise, and he's like, hey, stop that, boom, 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 eliminate the noise. Very, very well could be, because
it's just a thought. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the dogs. It's like the dogs in Bigfoot. The ones that end up missing or killed are the ones that bark. The yappers that are yip and blow their cover. But I've also seen dogs that are friends with them and will go play with them for a while and come back. So
that's got to be unsettling though for him to see that, with his turkeys. Oh.
Yeah, because he had gone so long because he had reached out to me. It was a year ago this past summer that he reached out to me. Here's the situation we're dealing with. What do you know about this stuff? What can you help me with and stuff like that? And that's when we started our dialogue, and had a very long, successful interaction program with him, gifting program, no issues, and then all of a sudden he starts dealing with this stuff in the last couple of weeks, and certainly, but with the size of the prints that he saw in there, it's got to be that next kid that you said, because he hadn't seen that one. Up until recently, because when I was out there back in the wintertime and we were looking at his property and examined all the footprints, I saw, about a 10-inch print, some 10-inch prints. And he knew about a baby, and he knew about the one that comes around and messes with him, the one that's, older and much bigger. I said, you got another one here. I said, look at these prints here. Just like I told you that time, Barb, on the messaging. You got more than one there. If you got print, you got prints that size too. And then later on after that's when he saw him. So I think that's the one that kind of needs to learn some manners. On the farm over there. So
Grizzly, did you get to hear that audio I cleaned up for Barb?
No. I've been back to back with shows and trying to grab me something to eat in between. I don't know. I sure haven't.
She sent it a few days ago, but I went in there and actually extracted the audio and amplified it and cleaned it up. And there's actually a lot of stuff on there that we didn't hear before.
Yeah.
You couldn't even pick up, but I could see it on the spectrogram. And when I amplified it, I was kind of surprised. And there's some huffing and some other almost like cooing sounds. Almost sounds like a dang horse at one time.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
That's that thing that I, the thing that I've heard several times. That almost sounds like he's got a sinus infection or something.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play it. I put it on the our messenger chat, so it's the last one that you come across. So
all right, Russell, can you hear us now, Russell?
No.
Russell, still nothing.
Come in, Russell.
Russell, darn it.
Poor guy.
I can't hear you. You're all frozen up, and I can't hear you.
Darn it. Wow.
I wish I could get him to pick up the messenger.
I know.
I wish we had his cell phone number or something where we can call him.
Yeah, gotta get that.
Because we can hear him. Yeah, we can hear him great.
Yeah, I tried calling him on his messenger, and he wasn't picking up at all.
Yeah, I don't have his cell phone. Darn it.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to hear all that other stuff on the audio, Barb.
Yeah.
Now there's a part that you said that you heard a couple clicks or you thought it was hand claps, but I noticed right before one of them, it looked like
there's two of
a
them.
line.
148 and 144. Which one do you want me to play?
Do the 144 is more filtered.
All right.
I accidentally cut off 4 seconds, but there really wasn't anything on there. The
Yeah.
last 4 seconds.
Chris, I didn't get a chance to listen to your audio you sent, but did you? It seemed like when I listened to it with my earphones on, when Barb shared it, I heard some walking around the left of it. Did you pick that up too?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, but I'm almost thinking they're throwing pebbles.
Yeah.
Or something at the camera, because you can actually see one of them come in on the camera, actually a couple different times.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. So Debbie, if you're just coming in, this is audio that. Wait, can we hear it?
Play the other one, Grizz. It should be the 144 one.
That I got at my house and Chris enhanced it.
Yeah, that weird cooing and woo.
Yeah, that creeped me out. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell could that be? Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't even hear any of that on the original audio. That's how faint it was.
But. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. See, I was listening through my earbuds and I could hear that, and that kind of surprised me.
Did you?
Because I couldn't. When I think I told you, or I don't know, maybe I told one of you guys that when I was listening to it, live, I didn't pick up on it. And then when I was I was reviewing it and ready to just delete it. Then I hear that, woo! I'm like, what in the world is that? So
there's a couple spikes. There's a couple spikes in the audio that actually are like extremely low, almost like bass, like really like a thud.
Uh-huh.
But it's odd. I mean, it doesn't come up until I start amplifying it. And there's nothing else with it. It's just like boom.
Yeah.
But you'll hear it in the headphones if you got something that can produce a little bass on it. But I just thought that was kind of odd too.
Yeah.
Don't know if something's kicking your porch or if it's just an ultra or infrasound or something weird that doesn't normally pick up.
Yeah. But that was that woo sound. I never heard anything like that before. Gosh. Weird.
I didn't hear the horse.
Cactus.
What?
I have no idea. I must have missed something in a long conversation somewhere.
Cactus. What did you say?
Yeah,
I don't know.
A cactus. Russell. And I said his name. He's gone.
Oh my goodness.
he's flustered.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably so.
Aw.
Yeah. We'll have to reschedule.
Yeah.
Hopefully on a better day.
Yeah. That's too bad. Because everybody. Hello, Russell?
Russell.
No. Oh, darn it.
Russell. No, Russell. Hey, Russell, check your messages. So.
Can you hear me at all?
Yes.
Yeah. We can hear you fine.
We can hear you fine.
I can't hear a thing.
It's weird.
It's got to be a setting on his.
You're all frozen up.
Oh.
Dang it. We need to switch him to audio, but we just can't get that message to him. Hold up a sign.
Yeah.
Someone get a piece of paper. It's a good call, Standing Stones.
Let's see here. Let me try this real quick here. See if I can't missile bomb him here. Now, hey, I'm not responsible for any foul language if he gets on the air. I'm just letting you know.
From Russell?
Yeah.
Nah.
Because this is going through the audio.
Oh.
Let me kick him.
Dear.
This way his phone will ring. This way he'll see his messages. But what's going on with you, Barb? Anything interesting going on in your neck of the woods?
Just that, that was, I thought that was kind of interesting. The night before I got that one, my camera, as I'm watching, kind of was, it just kept like turning off. Like I kept getting kicked out. So I got 1 second, 8 seconds, 5 seconds. And during one of them, I can't remember which camera it was. I don't know if it was the side or the, anyway, I heard this like, it was like a woo, woo, as if like a kid was doing that. But this is like 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's not going to be a kid, and it was pretty close. So I'm like, darn it, I want to be able to get this on, I want to be able to record this. And I couldn't record it. But, then the next night getting that, I wonder if it was the same thing. I have no idea because I haven't heard it since then. So I don't know. Don't know at all. I was telling Chris earlier, this is kind of creepy, but with that video, if you watch down in front, there's it looks like something with a round head that like keeps turning and looking back at the camera. Were you able to see it at all, Chris? Maybe not. I feel like you have.
No, I didn't have a chance to go back into that.
Yeah,
but I saw the pictures that you're showing.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, this thing has. So now this thing, as you go back, like this thing has been in quite a few of the videos. I have no idea. It's about 12 feet down, so I don't know. I don't know what that could be.
Kind of up under the stairs. I was thinking you're talking about a different video, anyways. I didn't realize you're talking about the same video.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, do you have the original video, Chris? I don't know. Or Grizzly? Is it in
Grizzly's got it. He's got it on the messenger. It's in the group chat.
Anyway, yeah, so it's I don't know what that is. That creeps me out because it's like it's been there. It can't be, I don't know. 1
minute and 49 seconds long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like the one. And you found it faster than I did that time.
And then you can see how they're like throwing things at the camera too. Yeah, there's two places I want you guys to look. Look at in the back, top right. It looks like there's movement, maybe big things possibly moving around. They look like wait, can we zoom in at all?
Right about 20 seconds, you'll see something come flying in towards the camera.
So see, like that's like a hot tub cover laying there. It's blocking the stairs so my dog doesn't run down. And then right
underneath the stairs, right?
Yeah, but it's like right to the left of there. There's like a little right there. Yep. There's like a little. It looks like a little round head. And then over above the hot tub cover, see how there's like movement, like in it. And then we'll see things are coming from over there too. Something just flew out from over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're sitting there. I mean, to me, sometimes it looks like they're sitting there or they're standing there. Yeah, one of Grizzly's stalls, maybe.
Fire that hot tub up for them, Barb. They might enjoy that.
Well, yeah, I mean, the hot tub is on the other. That's that the old hot tub cover that my husband was so excited because something knocked it over and laid it out flat. So he's like, we'll see if they do anything to this. I'm like, they're not going to do anything to the hot tub cover. So that's just, Okay.
Zoom back out, Grizzly, and rewind it to about like 18 seconds. And you're going to see something come flying from out. Yeah, let it play right around 20 seconds. You'll see something come flying from the bushes towards the camera. And it happens a couple different times. And that's when you hear the clicking is whatever's hitting the house or hitting the deck. I think it's hitting the house, then the deck.
Possibly.
There goes one of them. It happens quick. And there's another one that happens. You'll hear it go. Doop, doop. But that's right when you hear the clicking too, is when you see that. So it's why it makes me think it's not a bug flying by. When I see that, then I hear doop, doop, doop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting. I don't remember where the other one was.
Well, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
You've had other stuff thrown at your cameras, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's typically what they do. That's very typical of them. Russell just sent me his number. Do you want me to send it to you, Grizzly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Wait, is that? It's the bottom. Yeah.
Wow, I can't click on it. Hold up.
No, you can't. Sorry. Yeah.
That's all right. Hold up. I got it.
Sorry.
Let's see here.
Hello.
Well, hello there, Mr. Russell. How are you doing?
Oh, I've been having an awful time here. I just keep getting bumped off, and I retry and bumped off, and boy, it's having just issues tonight. I've had some bad storms in my area, so I don't know if they've just got a bad connection or what the issue is. But
well, you are live on the air right now, sir. So just letting you know.
Okay.
First time caller. First time caller.
You're all frozen up.
Yeah. Yeah, but no. So fire away. So what's your questions? So what do you want to talk about? We got a few minutes and we'll bring you back on. We think it's probably a setting, probably the storms too, but we'll definitely have you back on the show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't think you got much time left now. So,
right.
But yeah.
Tell him I'll talk to him and we'll.
I'm sorry to mess up your show.
No,
oh, no,
Barb says she'll get a hold of you and we'll reschedule and get you back on. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, let's try that. I hope I get a better connection because normally it works okay. But
yeah, it sure does.
I just won't do it tonight.
Yeah, not a problem. We'll get a hold of you and we'll go from there then, sir.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
All right, take care, brother.
Aw.
All right, bye-bye. All right. Okay. Poor guy.
Yeah, bummer. Well,
so they know that the camera's there. You need to get one of those microphones like I showed you where you can hang outside your window that really picks them up.
Well, no, you know what? I got one, so I'm gonna have to put it out there. Yeah, because I did get one.
They are very, very sensitive. Yeah. And remember, as I told you, I thought my dolls were talking that night, and I was like,
yeah.
I said, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it was me watching TV at the other end of the house. That freaked me out. I thought I really had something, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, right. That's what I said. So,
at least you debunked it.
yeah, well, at least I did to make a fool out of myself.
Yeah.
So I saw somebody going around Facebook leaving footprints in sand and mud and claiming they're Bigfoot prints. And I was like, why do people do that? So yeah, that's being called out. And I said hoaxes and people, little Johnny, you know, you're gonna have them.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have them. So
was it pictures people were trying to? I didn't see that.
Yeah, passed them off as Sasquatch footprints. Yeah.
Well, there he is again.
So
he's still trying anyway.
Yeah.
I am the little choo-choo train that can.
Russell's not giving up.
He's like, yeah, I am not giving up. So
I like his persistence.
But yeah, and it's sad is because I mean, and the people
persistent.
Oh, I thought that was Russell talking. I'm like, dang, Russell, we hear you. That was Mike. Yeah, being persistent.
Yeah.
And it's like you're ruining it for everybody. And it's just like, you know, because some people are like, well, I'm leaving this group. This group is nothing but a joke, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to entertain something like this. And it's like, you know, it's, I don't know if people are just making fun of people and groups or us in general.
That's the other thing is that I really, really hate that when people, you know, you don't want to be negative about, you know, about evidence that people submit and about pictures. But man, when you think that they're just trying to, you know, pull something over, pull your leg or whatever. Oh, that makes me so mad.
Yeah, it really does. It's sad, you know.
Because it's just,
really
there's no reason. Yeah, no reason for it, you know. Yeah.
Absolutely not. It's uncalled for.
Yep.
No,
I think people make fun of what they don't understand or they're afraid of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what was really weird about strange about these prints is that it was people that had like 2 or 3 different boot prints and tennis shoe prints, and then a human print right in the smack middle of all these other. I'm like, and I mean, you can tell it was a human footprint. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, plain as day, and it had no correlation, no similarities as a Squatch at all. No, I mean, nothing even familiar with a Sasquatch footprint. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "No, man, we were way out," and people were like, "Dude, shut up." You know, no, don't even try. And one person's like, "I'm out of this group." So yeah. So,
no, we did not vote. We didn't vote Russell off the island. Aw.
Russell is being persistent. Russell wants on the show. He's backstage again.
I would give him my torch if I could.
Yeah, because he said, "I'm sorry to ruin the show." It's like, no, you didn't ruin the show. We get it.
I'd give him my torch and I'd leave the island just for Russell so he could stay, but we can't even do that.
Right. Right.
So, Chris, any expeditions you've been on that's been fruitful or anything?
No, we had a lot of work going on. I've been pretty busy myself, and but I do have. Well, the team's going to be going out Sunday, so we'll go checking to see if we can find anything fun. We're going out with apparently Thomas Brandon, one of our. He's kind of part of our group a little bit. He's done some stuff with us. He actually helped out with the David Shealy reenactment. He was one of the runners the second time around. He was the runner, and we're going to be going out this weekend with him again. It's fun to go out with him, so just get another take, get to go see some stuff, and hopefully stumble across Bigfoot.
Well, that'd be pretty neat. Yeah, you never know. I mean, just driving along, just paying go leg and looking at the field. Look,
very probable sighting just driving down the road, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
So no, it's hard to be open and skeptical at the same time, and I totally agree with that crazy wish. But when you got somebody manufacturing, fake evidence, right? Yes.
annoying,
and trying to pass it, as a look what I've got, and I don't think the person had good intentions, and that's just my vibe. I think it was more of a mockery.
Yep.
The way it was perceived. So we just don't allow it in our groups. I mean, if it's something that you're not sure of and you want to post it and ask, that's a different story. But don't claim what you've got and say, this and that. And I mean, literally, it looked like it had 2 or 3 people out in the middle of the woods, and they found a road on the side of a ditch, and they walked, and they were like, "Hey, look, we're leaving tracks. Take off your boot and sock and step right here." That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it looked like about 8.5, narrow foot, nothing, not even close to what even a swatch would look like. So
did it even match like one of the the boot prints or the tennis?
I wasn't going to say that, but yes, it did. It looked
That's
like
really bad.
That does look like the same thing. That's why I said let's just take off one of your boots and socks and step here.
How did he or she? Sorry, explain. Oh my god, sorry. The like that everybody all of a sudden like has wet footprints on the. What was the? Just did he have an explanation for that?
What, the footprint?
Yeah, like wet, because you said were they wet footprints?
No. It was footprints in the sand or mud.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
So you can tell there was like a couple of people, 2 or 3 people walking, and to me it was like, dude, look, you want to have some fun? Take off one of your boots and step right here. Right, and it's like, why would you step right where you just step with the other footprints, right? Now you got size comparison.
Yeah.
So, and plus it wasn't that deep, right? So the indicative of weight, that's why I'm saying it didn't add up.
Yep.
So, and everybody called it right out. And then of course it had to be a new person in the group. It probably was like, I'm out of here, whatever.
Yeah.
So
here's some real breaking news. Tim T in Florida said, I had to go outside. Our friend Kathy just saw a UFO in Ocala moving south toward us.
Oh, was it a flying triangle?
I don't know. Big as a football field with lots of lights. Whoa.
Wow.
Just saw it. Like,
wow.
Where are you in relation to Ocala, Chris?
We are southwest.
Oh, we heard you, Russell.
I can't hear you, and you're all frozen up. I just keep bump off.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
No, it's right. Okay. Yeah.
But that is a huge UFO. The reason why I asked is they're getting a lot of UFOs over in UK. I got Russ. One of the UK lead persons over there has actually been abducted several times, and he's got pictures of flying triangles and so forth. And he's showing me pictures that he cannot show on the air, and I'm like, dude. And I'm like, he's like, I'm under contract. And I'm like, because he does a lot of shows on BBCs and other networks. And he just signed a new contract with, I forgot what company. And so he's got to save all this for the show. And he's been on Paranormal Caught on TV and all these other shows.
Wow.
And so very interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
But I cannot fathom to imagine seeing something that big.
Yeah. Straight row lights. Not in a triangle, he said.
Not in a triangle.
Big as a football field.
I wonder what was the shape, Tim? Did she say? That's interesting.
Well, you wouldn't have any trouble seeing it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Right.
Man, Lala Bright, she gets a lot of, oh my gosh, amazing, like, and bizarre things coming over her house. and she gets on her cameras like, geez. Yolanda said, and how can you tell the difference between satellites and UFOs?
So satellites move in a regular orbit, right? And they move in one pattern only, and that you can get on your cell phone, and they got apps where you can track planes and satellites. Mm-hmm. So you can validate it that way as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, because wasn't you, Barb, you was on the show, you're like, what is that? Something's flying over. And you
yeah.
Like, oh, it's only a C-130, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
okay, so it was flying low, bigger than a football field, straight row of lights. Oh, it wasn't the Elon Musk Starlink, was it? I wonder. Because if you, that's
a lot
really,
of people are getting confused with that. Yes.
Yeah, if you see that,
usually those run in a row of them, aren't there? Several of them in a row that kind of follow each other.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know.
I believe that's the way they go across is like that. They're supposed to be separating further and further from each other over time. But a satellite usually just kind of goes straight across the sky, one direction. It won't change direction. It's only a little bit after the sun sets is when you start catching them the most. But you can kind of see them, and they move pretty fast.
Did I tell you time about getting the telescope out? I got one of those real big telescope years ago, my old house, and I had my daughters, and they were like, "Hey, you want to see Saturn?" They're like, "Yeah." And I get it in focus and everything. I'm like, "All right, y'all look," and they look, and they're like, "We don't see anything." I'm like, "What the hell you mean you don't see anything?" So I get back down there, and I'm like, "All right, what do you mean? Hold up, let me get it adjusted." I'm like, "All right, get it back in there. All right, now look." And I get back down there and I look, and I'm like, "We don't see anything." I'm like, "What the hell you don't see anything?" So I get back down there and look, and I'm like, "Damn, you don't see anything." I'm like, "Wish y'all quit bumping the damn telescope." And my daughter stands there and does this number. She's like, "Dad." She's like, "Do you know it's moving, right?" I'm like, "Huh?" She's like, "Yeah, we know every time you get in focus, when we get there, it's moved." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "Yeah, I didn't realize. That's why they had those ones that are electronic that trails it."
Tracking.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
So every time I get it in focus, and I back out, and they go to walk up to it and look, there's nothing there.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I felt real ignorant. So, yes.
So, Rebecca, can you see it as well? It looks like.
Russell says, "I can watch." Russell, we're going to have you back on the show.
Yeah,
so
definitely,
don't
Russell. Fear. Definitely. So, Rebecca, can you see it? Because she's saying this is high up and small. We're on the other side of the highway. This isn't like a satellite.
Everybody start filming it. Whatever you're doing, start taking film.
Get it
I'm just letting you know because you're not thinking like I wasn't. Start filming.
I'm leaving.
Look at Chris. I'm out of here.
Run outside real fast.
That would be wild if it was above your house.
It very well could be right now.
What direction is it traveling? Can anybody tell us? Is it traveling toward Chris? Wow.
The last time I think Marie was talking about one that was sighted on this side of the state, and 20 minutes later was sighted also on the other side of the state, further south.
Whoa.
It shows white, so she is trying to film it.
Oh, she moves right and left, up and down. My husband took a picture. Okay, cool.
So so that is not a satellite.
Nope, that's definitely not Starlink. Yep, or a satellite. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
So Russ from UK, I call it a UFO expert because he's been doing it for 30-something years. Mm-hmm. He says is that he noticed that when he videos and photographers takes photographs of UFOs, that you have to be at a certain, what did he say? Is because it's like a shield or an aura around it. If you get too close, it makes it blurry.
Oh, wow. Like a cloak or whatever.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you zoom in, let's call it a force field, just
Yeah.
it makes it shimmery and you cannot focus on it. That's why you got to be at a certain distance, and it's crystal clear. But if you focus in any further, even with this expensive camera equipment, no, you cannot get a crisper picture.
Wow.
So he was explaining that on the show. I was like, damn, I didn't think about that. So Tim says east of Ocala, moving south. So yes, it's still out there. Damn, Chris ran outside and looked.
Wow. Yolanda, which direction?
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't be sitting there, Chris.
Move? Yeah. As far as Starling, that when we've seen it, it's gone like it goes from east to west. So, but that.
I'm inside. Grab a shotgun, Chris. I said, go outside and look. So Rebecca says I'm up past the airport off 40. Well, if she's up past the airport, man, they already know what's going on then.
Yeah. Wow.
Who sees the crop messages? Oh, where's that at?
Yeah.
Messages or massages?
Probably messages. Right.
It says massages.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, maybe he meant messages though. Or what are they
Probably
called? Circles
did.
and stuff? Because
yeah, crop circles.
A friend of mine, she follows them, and there's been a lot in the United Kingdom lately.
It's up by the airport. Do you live by the airport?
No UFOs out there.
Okay. Good evening, Facebook user. Welcome to the show. So Henry doesn't want mosquito bites.
Yeah.
It sounded like he was grabbing a that's I said go look. I said don't grab a shotgun.
That might have been the door lock.
So
Debbie's
like, beat me up, Scotty. Yeah, crop circles.
Chris is like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna shoot it out of the sky.
No, not even trying that.
No.
I'm like, I'll get zapped.
Yeah,
I didn't know we got new crop circles, Russell. So I haven't really had a chance to look at anything.
Yeah, I didn't know
yet, honestly.
Do we have? Are they here in the U.S.? Yeah, because I know I've been seeing a lot. She's been posted from United Kingdom, but
I know they've been getting more elaborate too. From what I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Now you try and tell me some hillbillies out there with these little coat hangers with little wires, drinking some moonshine, doing this stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
Making things perfectly geometrically in shape.
Yeah, they're very fat. They're so fascinating. Oh my gosh. Because it alters the whatever the crop is, it like alters the state of it without just like breaking it over, break it in half. Just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's something with them too, that the reeds or something happened to the reeds, that they're micro burst and they burst from inside out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, you can only see them from the sky. Yeah.
And now you get that trampled, if people were walking on it and driving on it, you would get broken and all kinds of other evidence
the 2x4
showing.
with the rope. Oh, come on. They had a bunch of college kids years ago. Then we can do this. It doesn't look like the ones we've seen. Because the UFOs, the aliens, they came back. They're like, we'll show you. Do this one. So, signs all over. So next show, what are we going to do? We're going to try to have Russell come back, you think?
Yeah, I think we should do that. I don't have anybody as a guest, so we could do that. Do you guys have anybody set up?
I don't.
Nope. Wide open.
Oh, wait. Debbie, her friend in Alabama is seeing it. She's going to try to get a video. Ooh.
Man, it's moving fast.
This thing's all around.
Huh?
Ooh. Wow.
I'm surprised they don't have the fighter jets.
Unless there's more than one in there.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Oh, maybe this is the. Oh, wow.
No, Dennis would be calling me right now if that was the case. Hey, Grizzly, get your holy water and crucifixes.
Right.
So,
we better be seeing some pictures of all this somewhere. If anybody's got pictures, I want to see some.
Yeah.
Send them in.
Russell, I agree. Why make crop circles if you can only see them from the sky? I think it's telling other beings messages. Just like those pictures that what do they call them? The monkey and the spider and all that. What are those calls that are hand graved into the hills and to the rocks and the sand, the desert?
Petroglyphs.
Yeah, the big spiders that you can only see from the air, and we didn't realize they were there until like to the 40s or 50s or something. They're like, oh, look at that monkey on the side of the hill.
Could be directional signals.
So
Yolanda, I thought the same thing about the Project Bluebeam.
And just like the spirals could be like portals and things of such nature.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Nazca
line.
Nazca
lines.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep,
Facebook
that's it.
user.
Yep. Yeah.
Nazca
they're
lines,
like etched into a desert floor or whatever.
Right.
Ruby Joe says no oddities in the sky above her house in Tampa.
Yep, I didn't see any either. No Project Bluebeam here.
Did any of you guys hear that the family that reported the UFO in Las Vegas is supposedly like missing or
what?
Not saying that, you know,
the family is?
They're not that I don't know, you know. That's what I've heard that twice.
Hey, Amy. Ernie.
Yeah.
Ernie, sorry.
Oh, Ernie. Hi, Ernie.
That was a bizarre situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I wonder if, I just wonder about that, you know.
It does make you wonder, but no, so I guess next week we'll try to have Russell back on there.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll go from there and,
you guys have
Mikey,
to let us know. Barb. I was going to say, all you guys have to let us know what happens with the UFOs. Please send us send us the pictures or whatever.
Sounds like it's heading your way, Mike. You're the one that should be sticking your head out the window, apparently.
Rebecca says if it's aliens, hope they're looking to take heart and humidity with them. Oh, heat and humidity. Heart. Heart. I was like, what do you mean heart?
Is Mike frozen or sleeping? Oh, he was frozen a little bit there.
Well, I would be too. I'd be afraid to move. I'd be like,
that much sunburn?
Yeah.
I tell you, it's crazy.
Barb and Hartman, you can send it
as
to me.
As crazy as the
profile.
Human in this world, I'd welcome some alien visitation.
Yeah, that's
Mike, you would. I can see you. I can just picture you with aliens. So yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be a wrap for
good or something.
What?
Team Orange.
Oh. Yes, Rebecca through Messenger. Yeah, you can send it to me through Messenger.
You don't crack me up, man.
We'll have to color coordinate better next week.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night.
Everybody.
We'll
Thanks
see you
for
next
joining
week.
us.
Take care, Mike.
Bye.
Hope you get feeling better, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike's like, I
Well,
feel
good.
See you guys.
All right, bye-bye.
It's a grizzly.
Should we get out of here?
No. We're gonna watch and listen.
Action.
It's a grizzly.
Oh, shit, should we run?
No.
Action.
It's a grizzly.
Oh, should we run?
Okay. It's a grizzly.
Are you sure it's not a chipmunk? Action. No, I'm out of here. Action.
It's a grizzly.
I'm out of here.
Huh. Maybe it is a chipmunk. It's a grizzly.
Are we gonna die?
I don't know. We're just gonna sit here and listen and watch.
Let's get out of here, maybe.
Fall!